Well, earlier in the show, we got to hear about everybody's break that we had, our Christmas break, where we were on, and we all were running around doing different things. Yeah. One thing we didn't get to because we ran out of time is Sky's latest trip to her homeland, Oregon. Let's find out how that trip went right now.
We ain't done yet. It's time for the P1 Podcast.
Fun's not over yet.
Completely uncensored and unfiltered, except for that part.
Looking for the after party with it going.
The show's after show starts now.
So you made the grand return to Oregon.
Wow.
Now, this trip was intended to feel the cold, right?
Yes.
See what it was actually like in Oregon when it is a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
Because you guys went there in like the late summer, right? Last time you went?
Yeah. So about 6 years ago, my husband made the declaration that we were going to retire in coastal Oregon. And he showed me a bunch of properties online. And I'm like, well, that looks beautiful. And compared to California real estate prices, that also looks beautiful. But you guys thought it was a wild decision based on the fact that we had never been there nor even knew anybody who had actually been there. So that's when we decided, like Eddie said, this past summer, we should actually probably visit there.
You don't say.
Yes. And look around a bit. Maybe, do a hike or two. Maybe actually visit one of these towns we claim that we want to retire to. So we did that in the summer, and it was
And again, retiring soon?
No.
Oh.
No time soon.
Oh.
This is a long-term plan here that we have working out where we
Sky and her husband love pipe dreams.
Yeah.
They love a good pipe dream. They love rationalizing it, wrapping their mind around it, and running with it.
I've known Sky for now 25 years.
Yeah.
She's been talking about retiring for 25 years.
Wow.
Like wanting to plan for it. Like, so this isn't something that's come out of the blue.
No, but I'm talking about like the moving to
I know.
Oregon, like things that people are like, nah, I can't do that. That's crazy. They're like, no, you can do it, and we're doing it.
Yeah. Thank you
It's
for
like,
saying that.
It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, and Eddie's right. Ever since I was young, I was worried about retirement.
Too
Like
young.
like before I even started working, I was worried about retirement because my dad would always talk about his 401k and Social Security, and like when this is
Listen,
happening.
it's not bad to plan for a
No.
retirement.
Yeah.
But I mean, to do this extensive amount of work for a retirement is pretty just different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got 1 foot in yesterday, 1 foot in tomorrow, and you're shitting on the present, man.
Well, I mean,
What?
can I enjoy the
Yeah,
present
where-
while
where?
I have? Yeah. Who'd you steal
That's
that
a
from?
recovery thing.
Okay.
all the
Yeah,
time.
just making sure.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't just make it up.
I thought it was a
no,
big
no,
Vicism.
No, I knew
No,
it came
my
from
dad,
something.
no, my dad
No,
would
that
say
came
that.
from somewhere. I didn't think it was a
My
big
dad,
Oh.
yeah, my dad would say that.
Came from somewhere. Fortune cookie or something.
Something. Okay. So that has kind of been what we've been talking about. And yes, this is not tomorrow. This is not even 5 years from now. This is like retirement time. But what we learned when we bought a little rental house in Claremont, that the years kind of fly by. And next thing you know, like with our little house we have in Claremont, that if you would ask me, I would have been like, oh, we bought that 2 years ago. We're like almost 10 years in on having that mortgage paid off. So we're like, well, why don't we do that with the house that we're actually gonna live in, is let other people rent it, and then by retirement time, the house is like half paid off.
No, it sounds good in theory, but why not just keep renting the house that you've already put money into? You have renters. If you live near it, so God forbid something happens, you could be there. And then when you're ready to retire, you could sell that house and then go buy a house in Oregon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but because we feel in all our real estate expertise that the Oregon coast is going to get more and more discovered. We call it the Western Wave, and this is why
I have
Can you-
my brother-in-law lives in Oregon, and when I told him Sky's plan about going to the Oregon coast, he
Western Wave.
couldn't get over it.
Yes.
He, in a sense where he's like, "Why would you want to live there? The weather's not good. It's terribly windy. It's really you always have to wear a hoodie there. There's really nothing to do." So he couldn't, and I was surprised to hear that as well because
So
Sky,
it's beautiful. You always have to wear a hoodie, and I don't have to do anything. Why would Sky
but
want
that
to
why
go
would
there?
but people why would-
That's me. That's
yeah,
textbook me.
but how
bro.
is that the Western wave then of people wanting to move there?
No, so
Because not everyone's like you is.
right. Right. Yeah. So for me, it's perfect because I
Yeah,
don't
for
want to do
you.
anything and I want to wear hoodies all the time. But we just believe that it's one of those kind of like last undiscovered coastal areas where it's just going to get more and more expensive. And we have the house in Claremont, like you say, that we have no plans for. Like when we first got it, we're like, oh, maybe we'll retire there. But we don't want to retire there. We don't want to live there. We don't want to live in that house, in that neighborhood. And we can basically swap the two houses. There's like some tax thing where you can basically swap that house for the other house. So the plan is to swap it for a house in Oregon, let someone else rent it. Yes, Thor, there will have to be a property management company because it's a little
Well, I
far
also
to
think it's going to be
drive.
hard to rent. From what I hear, it's a very, you don't live there 365. You only live there like during the summer to visit. It's that kind of an area. It's not like a San Diego where you want to live here all year round. Like if you're a snowbird kind of thing. Like my parents live in Florida. Snowbirds leave New York to come to Florida and then they go back. So I don't know. I'm interested to see how you're going to rent it in like the winter months.
Yeah, so I don't know either, but from everybody we've talked to, there's so many vacation rentals that actually full-time rentals are hard to come by and they're very in demand. So that's the plan.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what people claim who live there, but who knows if that's true or not. So Eddie's right. We went there in summer. We thought it was beautiful, but then everybody's like, well, how are you going to do the winters?
But even in summer,
Yeah, what's the weather like
you
summer?
were a little cold.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Like, but when you're down by the coast in Oregon, it's not like the coast here.
It doesn't get like
or-
75
No,
or
it's
80.
still chilly.
it never
okay.
gets that
Yes.
temperature.
And so we kept saying, okay, Sky, if you were even cold in the summer in
Yeah.
Oregon, what is it going to be like when it actually gets cold in Oregon? Because, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a different level than what you're ever used to.
Yes.
And so you decided to go there after Christmas, right?
Yeah. So we did Christmas here. Well, we did my mom's wedding, and then we did Christmas.
Finger quote the wedding. I
What
mean,
is-
it
what
was
is-
actually.
Well,
What
I mean, it's a
happened?
commitment
I mean, it
ceremony.
happened.
But it was
Bratty.
a wedding.
It
So,
happened.
yeah, they kind of okay. So yes, right after Christmas, we flew to Oregon, and we were going to stay in the coastal region, and we were gonna feel it and see what it was actually like, and then also look at some houses while we were there with a real estate agent. So we flew there, and you know me, I don't like connecting flights. I'm not a connecting flight gal.
Like,
Just-
what does that even mean?
I don't know.
Nobody prefers.
Nobody-
it.
nobody
who
likes connecting
connecting
Nobody
flights.
seeks
Like,
them out.
But
Yes.
Sky goes to the level of like she won't go somewhere,
Yeah.
it's like
or
my
she'll
dad.
play top dollar,
Yes.
so that she won't have to.
My
connect.
dad's the same way.
Yes. Thank you, Big Vic. You get
it's
it.
the stupidest thing I ever heard.
Yeah. So I don't pretty much do connecting flights. I know it sounds weird, but there's certain things that people aren't into. And for me, it's a connecting flight. And so there's one flight a day in and out direct from San Diego to Eugene, Oregon.
What
so
a day.
there is just one flight in, one flight out. If you don't want to connect a day. And so we took that flight, which was a bit unfortunate because the flight there didn't get us there until like 5:30, which you think, oh, it's not too late, but it's already dark out and I'm driving, and because
Why is the boo driving?
Ah.
he's not the driver in the family.
Okay.
He, whether
Somebody
you
likes that control.
yeah, whether you say it's because I'm too type A,
What? No.
whether
Who would say
it's
that?
because it's like, driving Miss Daisy with this guy over here. Whatever the reason, I am the driver, and we get there and we land and it is pouring rain.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
Shocker.
that sounds fun.
I don't know
Shocker.
much about Oregon, but I think that I've heard that it's pretty wet there.
Rains
It
a lot.
can get
Rains
wet.
a lot.
But everyone's going to be moving there soon, guys.
Well, not everybody, but I'm just saying the
Coastal
real
wave, bro.
estate
Yeah.
prices are going to
I had a
be
friend.
going
I had a
up.
friend tell me
They're
that
gonna go up.
Tulsa was the new Austin.
Is it?
How's that going?
I don't think it's going great.
Oh,
No,
They
Not
live-
warmer in Tulsa?
not the new Austin.
and not the new Austin.
Hip and
so,
happening?
I don't think so. So now I have another friend telling me Oregon's the new San Diego.
Okay.
I didn't by,
wave.
I didn't by any
Coastal
means
wave.
say that.
I
just,
heard ride the wave.
Right.
That's
Really
what
you're
I
supposed to be
heard you're
doing.
supposed to do.
Thank you.
Ride
thank
it
you.
on over.
Thank you for saying that. So was not too thrilled. The pouring rain.
You're driving in the dark in the rain, and you don't really know where you're going.
Yeah, and
Oh,
fun
God.
fact about coastal Oregon: certain parts don't get cell service. So yes, you've put the
You don't say.
you put the directions into your phone, but you'll get to a point where they just disappear, and there's no directions
Oh my God.
on your phone.
That's horrific.
So, okay, what? How far of a drive from the airport is it to where you need to go?
2 hours. It is a 2-hour drive.
So you're not going to get there.
Everyone's moving there.
Almost like 9, right?
Yes. Well, no.
Probably later because they're driving slower. They might have to stop
we
and
had to
eat.
stop and get a little something to eat. So it was like 8 o'clock.
And was there bumper to bumper traffic going there because everyone's got the same idea?
No, okay, Thor, you're
Is that the
clearly
wave, the traffic
twisting.
wave?
I figured the
Clearly
traffic.
twisting what
I
I'm
figured
saying.
everyone's going there.
I'm just saying.
It's bumper to bumper
The
because
real
everyone's trying to buy
estate
real
is gonna
estate
be
there.
cheap. cheaper now
We're on the low
than
end
later.
of the wave.
Oh,
We're
this
at
is the
ankle
low end.
slappers.
Thank you.
And then eventually it's going to be 20-footers.
Yeah, tsunami late.
Tsunami.
Yes,
But
I got
right
it.
now,
Eddie.
I totally understand.
Imagine being like, hey, you want to? It's 2 hours from the airport, but it's the new spot. The fuck?
nobody
2
said
hours
it's
from
the
the
new
airport.
spot. You are making all this shit up. Nobody said any
2
of that.
hours?
Yes, it is 2 hours. That was the that's the maximum drive for us. We said that.
Oh, so there's. Oh, you wouldn't go further. I thought you were saying that's the far out as you can go. This is as far as you'll go.
Yeah,
you won't
like
go
well,
further.
I mean, you could go more north, more south, but 2 hours.
You'll
is,
be in Canada, though.
Yeah, Washington
That's a whole
State's
other
first.
ballgame.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 hours, and it's not off to a good start because the hubby starts doing his shit where he's questioning the GPS.
Didn't that happen last time you guys got lost?
Yeah.
We ended up on a dirt fucking road last time for like 30
Oh
minutes.
yeah, and then you had to piss outside or something.
like literally like
had to
a dirt
flip
road.
around
It was
and-
crazy.
Yeah.
It was
Why-
crazy.
So why would he do that again?
In the rain, in the pitch black,
But
in
you're
the middle
not,
of the
just
forest.
ignore him. Why would
Yeah.
you?
I finally
At
did.
that point, I go, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's what I tell him.
I said that with my face,
My
not
God.
with my words,
boy.
and said, I think I'm going to trust the phone this time. And even if it takes us a couple extra minutes, I'd rather not be lost with fucking Bigfoot in the woods. Like, give me a break.
Yeah.
So we get there finally, and I'm kind of white knuckling it because I'm not really used to driving in rain or honestly the dark or any of that shit. So we get there, and it's too late to check into the hotel.
Wait.
What?
How could it be too late to check in?
They have
to
a
somewhere-
cutoff time of 7 p.m. So,
Guys, everyone's gonna be moving
I don't
there soon.
understand. Hold on a minute.
Everyone's gonna be
7 p.m.?
moving there soon.
So
we're the idiots.
Are you-
Not much-
Okay, just to be fucking clear.
not much
understand.
nightlife going
How
on
do
in
you-
coastal Oregon.
Everyone's moving there
So you're
soon.
just sleeping in the car? I don't
minute.
understand. What do you mean?
well, I
And
had
didn't they hear about the one flight a day arriving to
and,
Eugene at
can't
5:30?
they like I've had like Airbnbs or things like that where they check in and they leave you the key or something.
Yeah.
Like I'm paying for the room.
Yeah.
I got to be able to get in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry that Floyd isn't going to let me in
Yeah.
or check me in. I get that.
Floyd's very
but come
busy.
on, like that can't be a thing.
Like car shit happens. Like accidents happen where you get
Where-
delayed.
where
you
do
know
I
what mean?
go?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Right. Well, so if you're going to be later than 7 p.m., you need to call ahead of time. Floyd.
okay,
100%.
it's coming back.
And then they have the smart locks on the door.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they'll
They have that, but they close at 7.
Yes, yes. Well,
fuck?
I guess they have the smart locks so they don't have to be there, so they can just tell you the code
Okay,
and you go to the
okay.
room yourself.
Well, luckily, there's places that are probably open late to get a bite to eat, right?
Oh,
Well, there actually are.
Oh, really? That's stunning.
Well, I mean, there's Starbucks, McDonald's, Dairy Queen. There's a pizza joint. There's the fish and chips place.
Regular New York City.
Well, no. Again, nobody said it's New York City.
what about a curry shop?
I didn't see curry. I did see Thai food. Well, my daughter's are Thai food. But no, there was plenty to eat. But this place, fucking no checking in after 7. So,
Okay.
so we get the code. We finally get to our room, and it is a fucking icebox.
No.
Yeah, like you would think that they would turn the heater on, knowing people are coming or checking in. No, none of that is
They
happening.
probably just pulled a dead body out and
Seriously.
buried it in the back fucking yard.
Like what temperature are we thinking?
Oh,
You didn't look at the thermostat?
it was a dial. It doesn't actually
Oh,
tell
wait,
you.
there's a-
All right.
There's a
well.
Temperature? All right.
Yeah, and it jumps.
All right,
It's
it's not
every
digital.
like 20,
Oh,
so you
God.
could put it on 50 or the dash in between 50 and 70, or you could put it on 70. Like this
Okay.
is old school, so it's off. So it's below 50 in there. Like I mean,
In the room.
oh, it's cold. It's cold. We're leaving our jackets and our beanies and like everything on, right?
Outside, what does it feel like?
Honestly, outside it felt like how it felt in summer outside in Oregon. You know what I mean? It's cold, it's
Wet and
windy.
terrible.
Yeah. I think the only difference, and it actually felt less cold, but just because we were prepared with gear. The
Yeah.
first time I brought like
weren't
San
prepared.
Diego fucking clothes because I'm like, oh, it's summertime. This time we actually brought thermals and jackets and beanies and gloves and shit like that. So we finally get the room heated all the way up. Okay, crisis averted. Turns out my husband, the one complaining about the cold more than anybody else, didn't see it coming.
Oh.
And he even, he's
Wow.
like, how are you not complaining right now? I'm like, I don't know. I put my jacket on. I don't know. So we have an entire day. The first entire day is all aquarium sea animal shit.
The first day?
The first day.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
Didn't
you
you
want the
just do
first
that?
day to be about like
Take care of business.
Take care of business.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
TCB.
Uh-oh.
Take care of business.
You had it right
I
the first
have
time.
Wouldn't you want to go look at places?
Yeah.
Because you're excited. You
Well,
want to
that's what
go
you're
find
there for.
houses. You want to,
That's
and
what
then
you're there for.
and then the next day we'll do
Yeah,
the
we'll do fun
weird
stuff.
aquarium thing.
Yeah,
that they
but
want.
didn't you go to the aquarium before?
Yes.
Yeah.
What, you
the
want to
summer.
see what other
Second
options
trip.
you have going on?
Here's the thing, you guys. When we went during the summer, they didn't offer the octopus experience, and this time they did.
What is that?
It's where you pay an extra $60 a person to get up close and personal with an octopus.
Like you hold it?
So it's you're in a group.
Why would you want to do that?
And like the octopus puts its like bottom up to the surface, and like you touch the tentacles, and it wraps its tentacles like around you.
They
and
charge you $60 a person for that?
and they only let like how many of us? 6 people total in the group, and they only do it twice a week. And one of the days was Saturday. So
So that's why you had to do it first.
yes, so that octopus experience basically
trumped everything.
set the schedule for the entire
God,
trip.
this is so wild.
Yep. Went to the sea lion caves. Had a bit of a claustrophobia issue. Almost didn't go down. Kind of like had a weirdo like panic moment. Like, seriously, like I'm getting worse as I'm getting older. With like
You forced your husband to go to this fucking cave, and
he almost had to do it
aquarium?
himself because I was so getting weird. I wouldn't go down
What
into
day
the
was this?
cave.
What day of the week?
Saturday.
There was football on Saturday, and this fucking poor bastard is looking at aquarium shit.
Yeah.
Well, that means Sunday, all day, they're going to be looking at houses.
Yep.
What a fun
shit.
time.
You got that right.
There's no way.
You got that right.
Like, there's no fucking
The
way.
only reason he didn't divorce me because I set the schedule for everything and gave 2 shits about football was that the Niners were playing on Monday night, and that's his team. So, like, that really lucked out for me because, yeah, I don't know how that would have gone if the Niners were playing during that. But Sunday, we went and looked at houses all
And
day.
again, weather. This is all that really matters.
So
That's why you're there.
So Saturday was on and off, raining. Okay, like I was in a sweatshirt with a thermal underneath and jeans and my Uggs, and I was fine. I mean, granted, I'm not hanging out outside,
Yeah.
you know. And then Sunday,
But the weather, like that kind of weather, didn't like depress you at all. Like if I gotta live here, I gotta see this most of the time, and like you're okay with that. I get not being cold because you're gonna be inside.
Yeah.
but
I
like
don't know.
looking out and being like, oh, this fucking
Just
sucks.
gloomy.
That's
So
why
it's
people, off themselves when they live in Seattle.
well, it's kind of tough because you're talking to a chick coming from San Diego. So it was kind of almost fun, like,
Right.
oh, this is what winter's supposed to be like, ooh, winter vibes.
Yeah, it's fun
like-
for a
day
week.
or
Well,
a
yeah.
couple days.
So that was day 1. So I'm not, thinking anything negative of it.
Okay.
Day 2, looking at houses, sunny, beautiful day, all day long. So like we seriously lucked out. I mean, it was gorgeous. So you could see all the views and everything was beautiful and just in
Cool.
yeah. So totally normal. So we do all that. We had a nice dinner that night, and then the next day, which was the day we were checking out and leaving, the Monday. Ooh, really rainy that day. Lots of rain.
She's back.
Yeah. And everything shuts down super early. As I said, check in 7:00. So there were lots of puzzles, games of Jenga, games of Clue played in our hotel room because
I mean, that's like, yeah, I like playing games too, but
on vacation you
on vac-
probably do something a little
yeah,
different.
that's not my jam. when I'm
Yeah,
on
this
vacation.
isn't vacation though. This was a work trip.
Staying in
Yeah.
the hotel playing Jenga.
Yeah.
What the fuck,
Dream?
dude? No, I mean maybe I know the Western wave is coming,
Right.
Yeah, get ready for
and
it.
everyone's going to be doing this
Right.
in a few years.
Playing Jenga?
Yeah.
Playing
Get
Jenga.
ready. Get ready.
So I clearly I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well, you're also not a shut-in. So, you know, this is a
Most
shut-in
people-
stream.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
It's a great point.
I don't
This
know
is
what
like
to say.
completely opposite of anything you know I would want to do.
So
Oh, yeah.
after this trip,
Yes.
what is your now prevailing thought? We know no matter what, it could have been below zero. And out of spite, you're moving
No,
to
she's
Oregon
moving
because we're all
north.
How
telling you.
about frostbite?
Literally, we're telling you this is one of the weirder,
I
dumber
mean, the
ideas
fact
we've
that she
ever
goes,
heard.
I wasn't cold at all. The,
Yeah.
the boo, that pussy,
Yeah.
he was cold.
Yeah.
I mean, give me
It
a
was
break.
wild.
We
I mean,
know
give me a
what's
break.
happening.
wild.
I mean, give
I
me a
was
break.
surprised.
No
She has
matter
an
what-
answer for everything.
No matter what, you're going.
Yeah.
But the thought process, has it changed one way or the other?
No.
Western wave still happening.
Western wave is still happening.
Okay.
Global warming. Everything's going to be getting a little warmer, you know. It's
You're
like-
relying on global warming. I mean, think about how fucking crazy that is.